Now, news from Harare over the weekend saw the ruling party ZANU-PF announcing that it supports the decision of expelling insurance giant, one of the oldest companies on the continent, Old Mutual, from the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. Now, what's behind this? We're going on the ground now to speak to Batanai Matsika, the head of research at Morgan & Co. Now, just give me a break here. What exactly is the ruling party ZANU-PF trying to do here?
Okay, so it's an alarming news report in the sense that from the statement itself, it lacks some clarity as to what they actually mean. Because what Chinamasa has come up to say is that they will support a decision whereby they will eject Old Mutual Limited from the Zimbabwe Financial System. So there's a lack of clarity as to what exactly that means, whether it's a delisting or whatever arrangement that they're looking to come up with. Early this morning, Old Mutual Limited has come up with a statement to stakeholders to say that they are engaging officials on clarity really as to what that means. What we feel really, I think, the sentiment that we were picking up from these, negative news flow is that, the government and also ZANU-PF, to some extent, they are blaming the parallel market rates or the movement in the parallel market rates on the Old Mutual implied rate. But we feel that it's a bit illogical in the sense that, the calculation of the implied rates can be done on almost anything, whether it's a share price or it's could be a burger or a TV. For example, we have our own Colonomics indicator where we come up with implied rates. So it has nothing to do with the company. I think it's just economic players that lack confidence in the Zim dollar. But I think it's not logical.
But the thing that concerns me is we have not the government, we have a political party here calling for someone to get out of the stock exchange here. Surely a lot of other companies in your back garden there will be shaking in their boots.
Yes, so it's a cause of concern, especially when you then look at the broader, communications and also the public relations in terms of how it's being done, especially from a government level. I think it doesn't bode well, especially when you then consider things such as investor confidence. We've seen a lot of negative news flow, suspension of ZSC trading, suspension of mobile money platforms. That has actually been negative and sort of added a dent on the economic face of Zimbabwe, especially from an investor segment perspective. I think there's need really to work around how public relations and also communications is actually done from the government perspective.
Well, we did speak to Old Mutual here in South Africa. They said they're going to come back to us, hopefully, on our evening closing bell program. But I mean, just give us a little bit more about, what happens now.
Okay, so there's no a formal communication, especially from government exposed officials, but there are a lot of possibilities because I think the bone of contention here is that people are using the Old Mutual implied rate as a proxy for parallel market rates. So the government will want to see the Old Mutual implied rate actually going away. So the possibility is that it could be probably delisted from the main boards, which is the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, and probably listed on a separate foreign exchange board where it can actually trade. Of course, there's been talk of a separate hard currency exchange in the form of the Victoria Falls exchange. So that's a possibility to say that probably we can move Old Mutual Limited to a separate exchange. And on the part of government, I think that it would help in terms of easing down the pressure, especially on the parallel market.